Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. First and foremost, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Helps out the channel, helps this video get into the algorithm. I really will appreciate that. And if you want to join and support the channel even more, hit that blue join button and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and become a member of the Big Blue crew. But let's get into the topic of discussion. Platforms have said that Tay Crowder is the one player the Giants should bench immediately. He's the one player on this team that the New York Giants should bench immediately. My person would be Kenny Galladay or David Seals. But the media has chosen Mr. Tay Crowder due to his performance last night against the Cowboys. He wasn't tackling well. I believe he gave up a lot of plays. He's not wrapping up while he's tackling. And he is a liability in coverage a couple of times at periods of time. So let's go into the Bleacher Report article that states that Tay Crowder is the guy that the Giants should bench immediately. And I want to see if you guys agree with their reason and why he should be. So let's head to the media room and let's look at this article. All right, as you can see, there goes Mr. Tay Crowder. So it says New York Giants linebacker Tay Crowder should be the guy that the New York Giants bench immediately. All right, let's hear what they have to say. It says, despite a 2-1 record, the New York Giants own one of the worst run defenses in the league. Thus far, Brian Daboll's squad is allowing 5.3 yards per carry and just gave up 176 yards on the ground to the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night. Much of the onus in that department has to fall on inside linebackers, and Tay Crowder is the worst among them. His effort on the third and goal run from Ezekiel Elliott is a perfect example why he shouldn't be on the field. In a crucial moment, he didn't even try to wrap up Elliott on his tackle attempt, and Elliott easily bounced off the tackle and scored a key touchdown. Last season, Crowder started all 17 games and averaged 7.6 tackles per game. Through 3 starts this season, he only has 14 stops, period. He doesn't offer much in the way of coverage either. His PFF grade of 29.1 ranks 77th of 78 eligible linebackers. The Giants recently signed Jalen Smith to their practice squad. As soon as he's ready to play, they should be handing Crowder a one-way ticket to the bench. Now, that's why they say that he deserves to be benched. And I'll be honest with you. They give some very good reasoning. That tackle performance that he put against Ezekiel Elliott on that third and goal play, I don't know if it was it third? Yeah, it was a third and goal. If he wraps up right there, the Cowboys don't score right there. Now, do they go for it on 4th and goal and score? We don't know. But I know one thing, he shouldn't have scored on that third and goal run play. We're going to go over that play in a film review on Friday. Big Blue Film Reviews. Can't wait to see you guys there. But let's talk about his play. He has been giving up a lot of plays in the pass game to running backs out the backfield. He has not been covering well. The PFF grade says he's 77th out of 78 eligible linebackers. I have to look into that stat even more because PFF over-exaggerates things. But, hey, he has been pretty bad in coverage as well. He hasn't been wrapping up. I don't know if that tackle against Derrick Henry got to his head and he think he could just layer the shoulder on everybody and knock them off their feet. I don't know. But when it comes to tackling, he hasn't shown that tackling ability that he was shown in the preseason. Let's be honest, he's missed some tackles. He's been a liability in coverage a lot of the times as well. I don't know. Has Tay Crowder done enough to be benched? Was that game against the Cowboys that egregious to where he should be benched? And if we do bench him, who do we bring in? Do we bring in McFadden to be a starting middle linebacker with Calitro? Do we bring up Jalen Smith? I don't know. If we bench him, who do we put in there? That's the question that we should be asking. If we do bench Tay Crowder, do we have anything better behind him? Do you have trust in Micah McFadden to go in there and make those plays? Do you trust a Calitro to step up to be the number one middle linebacker? Do you trust Jalen Smith because he struggled in run and run coverage as well? Now his pass coverage is a lot different. I think he's a way better pass coverage linebacker. But Calitro showed some undiscipline in that game as well. But Tay Crowder's shown an ability to be there. He just has to wrap up. So do we make him hit the tackling dummy a little bit more in practice, or do we tell him, hey, look, stop just trying to lower your shoulder into people, go in there and tackle somebody? Because if he makes those tackles, we're not saying Tay Crowder should be benched. We're saying that Tay Crowder is probably one of the best run defenders we have in the linebacker room. And to be actually, I think he is one of the best run defenders we have in the linebacker room. He's just not wrapping it up. Two things can be true at once. Do I say that he needs to be benched? If he continues to go out there and try to lower his shoulder and people are bouncing off of him, making plays that they shouldn't make, yes, we should bench him. And find somebody that could come in and make the tackle and wrap up. But he is getting to the ball when it comes to these run plays. He's just not hitting them. He's not bringing them down. For some reason, he feels that he's Hercules after that one hit. And I will say that was one heck of a hit. But sometimes you just got to wrap up Tay Crowder. So I'll give him another chance. I'll give him a couple more games. We're facing another very good running team coming up this Sunday with the Chicago Bears. They're running the ball at an extremely good clip as well with Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. Those guys are no joke. So do I say bench Tay Crowder? No. I say let's see what he does against the Chicago Bears. Is he going there just trying to lay shoulders and let people bounce off of him and make big runs because of it? Then yeah, then we need to start discussing benching him. But for right now, I do not have trust in Jalen Smith. I do not have trust in McFadden to come in there and make plays for us. I do not have trust in Carter Coughlin to come in there and make plays for us. At least Tay Crowder is around the ball. We just got to get him to tackle. If he starts tackling, those PF numbers are not going to mean a thing. I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. Does Tay Crowder need a good stern talking to? Do he need to get his head out of his butt as well? Yes, he does. But it's not. He wasn't the only guy making mistakes in the run game against the Cowboys. Calitro was hitting gaps, shooting gaps that he shouldn't be trying to make unless he has the speed of a Devin White or someone like that. He was choosing wrong gaps. Our edge presence at holding up against the run, Ojulari and Thibodeau, they did not do their jobs very well against the Cowboys. And there was some very good scheme by the Cowboys. Kellen Moore, you got to give him his credit as well. He showed Rush some blitz tendencies that Wink does, and he pointed them out, and they made some good plays because of our lack of awareness and our over-pursuing. We over-pursued a whole lot in that game. So the defense, those one of those games where you're feeling yourself and somebody gashes you a little bit. Let's see if we bounce back next week. Let's see if we bounce back next week against Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears before we start saying, hey, people need to be benched on this defense. The defense has played very well. They still only gave up 23 points in that Cowboys game. They didn't give a touchdown up until the second half. So let's pump the brakes on benches of people on this defense till we see they continuously do this week after week after week. Let's give Tay Crowder another week. But I'm going to give you my guy that should be benched immediately, and I'm going to give you two. Kenny Galladay and Seals, David Seals. Those guys need to be benched immediately. Go check out my video on Darius Slayton and why he needs to be playing, and you're going to see why those two guys need to be benched. They're not running routes very well. They're stiff in their hips when they move into their routes. Nobody respects them. They're not even getting DBs out there backpedal. So everybody's looking at Daniel Jones every play while those two guys are on the field. And it's hurting this offense tremendously in trying to move the ball. We're not going to get a deep pass almost all season if those two guys are starting on the outside at receiver. I'm just going to be real with you. Those two guys are running like sloths. Absolute sloths. So those two guys I would put on this report other than Tate Crowder. I'm not going to point anybody out on this defense that didn't give up points until the second half. Because maybe if we had an offense out there that was able to put up points in the first half that could get this defense some rest, maybe, just maybe, we don't give up those touchdowns like that. Yes, we were very undisciplined against the Cowboys, and we need to get that fixed. Because if we play undisciplined like that for the rest of the season, we're going to get gashed in the run game tremendously. Ojulari, Thibodeau, let's get you some more snaps. Hold that edge when it comes to the run, because Jimenez and Jahad Ward were doing one hell of a job. And when Leo Williams comes back, that's going to stop a lot of that as well. Big Dex, shout out to Big Dex. He said, he came up and said the run defense was unacceptable against the Cowboys, and he's absolutely correct. That's what a leader does, and that's what he's going to continue to do. So pump the brakes on benching Tate Crowder. Let Tate Crowder go in there and do what he does. He's around the ball a whole lot when it comes to the run game. He just has to make the tackle. And Kalitro, quit trying to play like you one of the fastest linebackers in the league. It's not like that, bro. Handle your responsibility. Hit that gap. Take on that run defender. And let's depend on our edge rushers to hold that edge to stop these guys from running these toss plays, these outside zone plays. That's what I would do with this Giants team. As far as benching somebody, it would be David Sills and Kenny Galladay, bar none. So I appreciate this report. They are bringing out some facts. Crowder thinks he could just bowl over people with a shoulder all day. It's not going to happen like that, bro. You are not Lawrence Taylor or Harry Carson or somebody like that had extremely good strength when it came to the linebacker position, and even they wrapped up. Wrap up the ball carrier, get him to the ground, let's get off the field, let's get a punt, let's put the offense back on the field, and let's put Slayton on the field to open up this offense, and let's get some gash plays, and let's let Daniel Jones work the field the way he's supposed to work the field. Offensive line, block your tails off, stop allowing 26 pressures. Let's get those 26 pressures to at least 10. Let's get 26 pressures down to 10. And let's see how much better this offense can be. Let's get Saquon Barkley more than 3 carries in the first half. Let's get Saquon Barkley 10 to 11 carries in the first half and see exactly what this defense want to do. Stop letting this defense dictate to what we do. Kafka, your play calling has been good. It's been very good. But you need to get Saquon Barkley more touches in the first half to see exactly what this defense wants to do. Get them on their heels. But that's my assessment of who needs to be immediately benched for the New York Giants. I'm saying Seals and Galladay. They're saying Tate Crowder. You guys let me know who you think should be immediately benched. They do give some great points to why Tate Crowder should be benched, but let's see what he does against the Bears, and that's my opinion. You guys let me know who you think should be immediately benched in the comments. But that's been New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. The topic of the day, Tate Crowder is named the Giants player that should be immediately benched. I don't agree with it, but I understand the factual points that they made in that article. It's a pretty good article. But until the next episode, hit that like button, hit that comment button. Hit that join button. If you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and support the channel and become a member of the Big Blue Crew, and the Big Pat Sports Shop is open. Copy your Big Pat Sports Talk merch in the Big Pat Sports Shop. And until the next video, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.